Hi, I'm Kevin Painter and I work for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's National Wildlife Refuges in Alaska. Today, I, along with Chris and Kate, will be showing the proper firearm techniques.
Hi, I'm Kate Martin. I work for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's Migratory Bird Management Program in Alaska.
Hi, I'm Chris Pacheco. I work for the United States Fish and Wildlife Service, Alaska Region, External Affairs.
The Alaska Region Bear Awareness and Firearm Safety Committee hopes you find these short training videos both informative and helpful in developing the proper skills you need to effectively stop a bear that is attacking you and others in your group.
The 4 firearm safety rules. We follow the 4 firearm safety rules every time we handle a firearm. 1. Always point the barrel or muzzle in a safe direction and away from others and yourself at all times. 2. Keep your finger off the trigger and out of the trigger guard until you are ready to fire. 3. Keep the firearm unloaded until you're ready to fire, but treat every firearm as if it was loaded. 4. Always know your target and what is beyond it. Remington 870 Anatomy.
The anatomy of a Remington 870 shotgun is needed information on operating the shotgun proficiently and safely.
This is the barrel. The end of the barrel where the bullet exits is called the muzzle. Always point the muzzle away from people and yourself. This is the front sight. It is at the end of the barrel. This is the rear sight and used in combination with the front sight when aiming. This is the slide or forend. It is the pump in the term pump shotguns. When worked back and forth, it will feed shotgun rounds into the breech and cycle them into the barrel where they are fired. Under the slide is the magazine tube. It is where the shotgun rounds are loaded into and can hold 4 rounds and up to 6 rounds with magazine tube extension. This is the breech or the action. This is where the shotgun rounds are cycled from the magazine tube into the firing chamber of the barrel. This is the breech bolt. It contains the firing pin and extractor, which ejects the spent shell from the barrel. This is the slide release button. You depress this to open the breech and to work the slide to load a round into the barrel. When actively firing rounds, the slide will work without any need to depress the slide release button. This is the trigger guard. It protects the trigger from accidentally getting bumped, pulled, or damaged. This is the trigger. It releases the internal firing pin that strikes the shotgun shell primer and sets off the shot. This is the safety. When the safety is on or engaged, it will protrude to the right. When the safety is off, it will feel smooth on the right and protrude on the left. The piece behind the breech is called the stock. This part of the stock is the pistol grip. This is the comb of the shotgun stock. The end of the firearm that goes against your shoulder is called the butt. Remington 870 safety and how it works. The safety on a Remington 870 is located behind the trigger. The location of the safety can vary by shotgun make and model. When the safety is on or engaged, it will protrude to the right. When the safety is on, the firing pin is blocked from firing by an internal mechanical device. When the safety is off, it will feel smooth on the right side and protrude on the left. Many models will show a red band on the left side when the safety is off. When the safety is off, the firearm can be fired. How to fit a firearm to you. Shotguns are available in several different lengths. This technique can be used to determine what shotgun length is correct for your particular body size. Place the butt of the firearm in the crook of the elbow of your trigger arm and lay your forearm and hand along the firearm. If the first knuckle of your index finger or trigger finger aligns with the trigger, it is the correct size for you. If the tip of your finger barely reaches the trigger or is just out of reach, you need a shorter stock shotgun to fit you properly. If your trigger finger extends inches beyond the trigger, then you need a longer stock shotgun. Proper firing stance. The proper shooting stance is crucial for shooting and handling the recoil of a shotgun. Begin with your rear or back foot perpendicular to the target. The back leg is kept straight and mostly rigid. This allows the shooter to maintain the proper shooting stance after each shot. The shooter's front foot points in the general direction of the target. The front leg is bent at both the ankle and knee. This allows the shooter to place about 60% of their body weight on the front foot. Having the front foot and leg weighted more than the back leg allows the shooter to absorb the recoil when the shotgun is fired. Practice this stance with a broom, ski pole, or a non-firearm object in front of a mirror to help get the feel and muscle memory for a proper stance. Dominant eye test. Determining your dominant eye is important to help determine whether you shoot the firearm from your right or left side. To determine which eye is your dominant eye, extend your arms out in front of you.
With your two hands, make a very small triangle.
With both eyes open, frame an object, such as a doorknob or light switch, inside the triangle. Slowly bring your hands towards your face, while keeping the object in the center of the triangle. As the triangle nears your face, it should be over one of your eyes. That is your dominant eye. Proper shooting form. The proper shotgun form is important to firing and accurately shooting a shotgun. Place the shotgun into the pocket of your shoulder that is formed when you raise your elbow to 90 degrees. Placing the shotgun in the pocket helps you to aim the shotgun. It also helps to keep the firearm in place after repeated shots. The shotgun will naturally ride slightly higher than your shoulder. This allows you to sight down the firearm without dipping your head or compromising your form. The hand that pulls the trigger is your trigger hand or strong hand. The hand that holds and supports the slide or forend is known as your support hand. Weld your cheek to the stock. There are two important reasons to weld or make contact with your cheek to the comb of the stock. First, it allows you to properly see the sights and aim. Secondly, it keeps the shotgun stock from raising up during recoil and hitting your cheek, which can result in bruising or making the shooter gun-shy.
Gripping the shotgun. Using the pistol grip to pull the gun tight against your shoulder. Using the pistol grip to pull the gun tight against your shoulder.
Gives the shooter a tremendous amount of control over the firearm as it's aimed, fired, and follows the target. When in the proper shooting stance, actively pulling back on the pistol grip and snugging the firearm into your shoulder pocket provides a great deal of control over the firearm.
This technique often improves a shooter's proficiency and confidence with the firearm.
How to load an 870. Before loading the shotgun, point the firearm in a safe direction and make sure the safety is on, and it is completely unloaded by visually and physically checking the barrel, the breech area, and the magazine tube. When confident the shotgun is unloaded, then slowly and firmly close the breech. Flip the shotgun over, exposing the magazine tube entry. With the metal or brass end of the shell towards you, load one round at a time into the magazine tube. Standard shotguns will hold 4 rounds. Shotguns with magazine tube extensions will hold 6 or more rounds. How to unload an 870. To unload an 870, point the firearm in a safe direction and make sure the safety is on. Then, depress the slide release button. Slowly open the breech by sliding the slide back. If there was a round in the barrel's firing chamber, it will appear in the breech, as well as a round from the magazine tube. Carefully roll the shotgun over to allow these rounds to roll into your hand. With the breech remaining open, turn the shotgun over and depress the locking tabs on each side of the magazine tube. This will allow a round to exit the magazine tube. Continue to remove the remaining rounds by depressing the tabs until no more rounds remain in the shotgun. Visually and physically check to make sure the firearm is completely unloaded before placing it away. How to do an emergency reload. An emergency reload is the process of reloading a firearm while actively engaged with your target. It is often required when your firearm runs out of ammunition while shooting at your target. Always keep extra rounds handy for emergency reloads. There are 2 ways to place the round into the open breech. Practice both methods and settle on the one that feels most comfortable for you. One method is to come over the top of the shotgun and drop the round into the breech with the brass end of the shell towards you and the firing pin. Start by opening the breech. Next, while holding the firearm with your trigger hand, access an extra round with your support hand. Then with your support hand, slide the fore end forward, which loads the shell into the firing chamber of the barrel. At this time, you re-engage with the target and fire that round or assess the situation. The other method is to come from under the shotgun and drop the round into the breech with the brass end of the shell towards you and the firing pin. Then, with your support hand, slide the fore end forward, which loads the shell into the firing chamber of the barrel. At this time, you re-engage with the target and fire that round or assess the situation. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service Field Carry Conditions. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service policy authorizes 2 field carry options for carrying your shotgun in the field. One option is the standard U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service field carry condition. In this option, the condition of the shotgun is as follows. Confirm the shotgun is completely unloaded, the firing chamber is empty, the safety is on, the fore end slide is locked and forward, and load a minimum of 4 rounds of 1-ounce rifled slugs into the magazine tube.
Note, in this option, the slide release button has to be depressed to allow the slide to work and move around from the magazine tube into the chamber to be fired. The shotgun can be carried either barrel up or barrel down in this condition.
Option 2 field carry condition is the rattle ready or the loose slide option. In this option, confirm the shotgun is completely unloaded. Then point the shotgun in a safe direction, move the safety to off, and pull the trigger to dry fire on an empty chamber. Then place the safety on and load a minimum of 4 rounds of 1-ounce rifled slugs into the magazine tube. The fore end slide will be loose. Note, in this option, the slide can be worked without depressing the slide release button. If this field condition is used and you choose to sling the shotgun over your shoulder, it must be carried barrel down to prevent the breech or action from accidentally opening. Slinging a shotgun. Working in bear country in Alaska can require carrying the firearm for many miles and hours on end. A handy aid is a gun sling.
Muzzle control is key to safely slinging or unslinging a shotgun. To safely sling the shotgun with the barrel up, grasp the top portion of the sling with your support hand. Then, similar to putting on a coat, place your strong hand and arm through the sling to shoulder the firearm.
This method allows you to keep control of the muzzle and keeps the muzzle pointing up and in a safe direction. To safely sling the shotgun with the barrel down, for use in the rattle-ready or cruiser-safe field condition, point the muzzle towards the ground and grasp the highest point on the sling. Now place your support arm through the sling, similar to putting on a coat, and shoulder the firearm.
Unslinging a shotgun.
To unsling the shotgun from the barrel up carry, grasp the top portion of the sling, lift it off your shoulder, and pull your arm out of the sling, similar to pulling your arm out of a coat. Then with your strong hand, grasp the pistol grip. Now with your support hand, turn loose of the sling and grasp the fore end of the shotgun. Here's what that looks like. To unsling the shotgun from the barrel down carry, grasp the fore end of the slung shotgun with your support hand. Now push the shotgun out and with your strong hand grasp the pistol grip. Point the barrel towards the target or in a safe direction. Here's what that looks like. Review of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service bear target. This target was developed to depict a charging bear. In those real-life situations, the bear's head and mouth are often in the center of their body. The bullseye of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service target is inside this faint round line. All rounds that hit inside the circle or touch the line are counted as a hit. When shooting at this target or a real bear, aim for the lower half of the face, such as the nose or mouth. Aiming at this location increases the chances that your round will hit a vital area of the bear and stop the charge. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service Course of Fire. To qualify as a U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service Alaska Region authorized bear firearms shooter, you must pass an annual course of fire. In the course of fire, you have 20 seconds to fire 2 rounds at a stationary 15-yard target, fire 2 rounds at a stationary 10-yard target, conduct an emergency reload of 1 round, and fire that round at a stationary 5-yard target. You'll shoot that course of fire twice for a total of 10 rounds. To pass, you need to have 7 out of 10 in the bullseye and fired all the shots within the allotted time. Here's what that looks like.
Okay, is the range clear? The range is clear. The range is hot. Shooter, go ahead and make your firearm field ready with 4 rounds in the magazine tube. Okay, shooter, on the command commence firing, you're going to fire 2 rounds at the 15-yard target, 2 rounds at the 10-yard target, and reload with 1 remaining round at the 5-yard target. Shooter, are you ready?
Ready.
Commence firing.
The Charging Bear Training Exercise. The Charging Bear is a training tool that attempts to create a real-world scenario for the shooter. It helps to indicate what the shooter is doing correctly, as well as what they may need to work on to practice to be more proficient with the firearm. This is a training exercise. There is no scoring. The bear target starts at approximately 25 yards. The instructor gives the shooter the field scenario and has the shooter react as the target charges. The shooter is to fire at the moving target and cover it when it comes to a stop. The instructor will then give commands that end the exercise. Here's what that looks like.
Okay, shooter, react to the target.
Best practices for a quick and efficient response.
No matter whether you're at the gun range or in the field, applying the techniques you have learned in this video series and at U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service bear firearms trainings can help you react quickly and efficiently with a firearm or pepper spray.
Whether at the time of an encounter or at the firing line, take a second to get into the proper shooting stance. This split-second action will set you up to react effectively. Next, position your support hand on the slide and place the butt of the firearm on your hip. Place your trigger hand on the slide release button in preparation to rack a round from the magazine tube into the barrel. Now angle the firearm so the front sight is in your line of sight with the target. By implementing as much of your training, knowledge, and skills at the start of an encounter, you will be better prepared to assess the situation and respond efficiently and effectively to the threat.
Thank you for watching this training video series on the proper bear firearms techniques. Please refer back to these video vignettes to refresh your knowledge and skills. Watch them before going to the shooting range and prior to entering into the field in bear country. Thank you.